to be trained as pilots and engineers. We want to let the international community understand the reason behind our move. It is not about being aggressive towards Nigeria or against the law, but defensive, to be able to defend ourselves. Sending the military training to Israel is to make sure that we are at par with the North, because we believe in a very short while, the North might unleash military campaign against the Biafran people. And taking the life and property of the Biafran people is very, very important to this government. And therefore, we want to let the international community to know that Biafra is determined to secure the security of its citizens. And that's why we are sending these military trainees to Israel. We have informed the Israeli government, and we've also informed the United States of America. And what we are doing should not be construed to be an act of terrorism, but rather to be an act of self-defense. Because with the security of our people, since Nigeria was accepted in 1914, has never been guaranteed. You know, we had a civil war between 1967 and 1970, in which over 3 million of our citizens perished. So now Biafra is determined to make sure that that doesn't happen again, that we might have the ability to defend ourselves when that is called upon. That is about the security of the Biafran people, which we have now informed in this media to the international community. Recently, again, there was a bombing in northern Nigeria, in the same kind of state. Northern Nigeria, there was a massive bombing by Boko Haram, and that has killed many, many people, especially Biafrans, in the last couple of years. But the one that has happened in Kano is the one that the Biafrans must be thinking home first before anything else. And as a result of this constant bombing of our churches, our businesses, and the places of work in the northern Nigeria, especially, the Biafra government is hereby calling Biafrans, especially in Nigeria, to think of returning home, so that we can be able to guarantee the security of our people here in Biafra. Assurance is that we have got ample land that can accommodate everyone in this country. So our message today to the Biafrans living in Nigeria is to begin to return home. This is our country, and this country of ours, Biafra, we must make it to work, so we can be able to live in peace. And also, as the world has also seen the independence of South Sudan, that the Republic of Biafra can be independent and safe, so we can be able to protect the life and property of our citizens. So once again, we are calling on Biafrans living in Nigeria to start thinking coming back home. It's very important that you return home so that you can protect your life and property, and at the same time to build a country or economy that we can be proud of to sustain Biafrans both now and in the future. Secondly, it's about the economic impact of the Republic of Biafra. We also said on February 20th that we are going to abolish the Naira as the main currency of the Republic of Biafra. And we gave 3 months to the Nigerian government that the Naira will be withdrawn in circulation in Biafra from May 20th, 2013. And this is to reaffirm that commitment and the promise to the Biafran people that from May 20th, the Nigerian Naira will be abolished. The Naira will no longer be the tender currency in Biafra. Rather, we are going to reissue, or start reissuing, the Biafran pound as the official currency of the Republic of Biafra. The equivalent of the Naira exchange to the pound will be 250 Naira will be equivalent to one Biafran pound. 1,000 Naira will be equivalent to 4 Biafran pound. So it's 250 Naira to 1 pound. That will be the exchange rate between the Naira and the Biafran pound. The message now to the international community, led by the United States, is that Nigeria has been on the edge since it was born. You remember in 1967 to 1970, we had a civil war, as I said at the beginning, in which millions of Biafrans died and perished. We have now reinforced that independence through our action on November 5th, 2012, in which we have declared the independence of Biafra based on 2 factions or 2 points. And these are that the security of life and property of the Biafran people is no longer safe and guaranteed in the geographical entity called Nigeria. And therefore, we resolved on November 5, 2012, to redeclare the independence of Biafra, based on the original mandate that was given to Chukwuemeka on May 30, 1967. There was nothing new we have added, but only that the security of our life, of the life and property of the Biafran people, is no longer safe and guaranteed in Nigeria. And secondly, our freedom to worship our God in our churches without the fear of being bombed or killed. This has been denied in Biafran people for a very long time. We are now reinforcing that we are going to operate of Nigeria once again, say that our people are being killed and threatened each time they go to their places of worship. So Nigeria is no longer a part of Biafra, and Biafra no longer a part of Nigeria. So on those two grounds, the young government understood, and also around the world, that Biafra was redeclared on November 5, 2012, followed by the inauguration of government on February 20th, in which we call mention ministers. But today's press conference about addressing the international community to wake up, to see that the Biafrans are being killed on a daily basis, that the war that Boko Haram is waging against the people of Nigeria and Biafra is not an economic war, but rather it is a religious war between Christians and Muslims. And we Christians, Zionist Christians, have the right to live our separate lives if the Northerners or the Muslims do not want us to be one. And we believe that the international community will support Biafra, that what happened in Southern Sudan in 2010 should happen to Biafra. The Northern Sudanese are now a separate country, South Sudanese are now a separate country, so Biafra should be allowed to become an independent and sovereign state. We therefore appeal to the United States of America, President Obama, to come to the assistance of the people of Biafra. It is our right to be independent when our security of life and property is no longer guaranteed in Nigeria. Our right to worship as a Christian, to go to our churches and worship our God. When that security is threatened, we have the right to call for independence. It is within the United Nations Convention on right to self-determination. So Biafra is not making something new, but it's because we are no longer safe and guaranteed in Nigeria, and that's why we're making this solemn declaration that Biafra should be independent. We therefore call on the United States to support and recognize us diplomatically as independent and sovereign states. Also the European Union, we call on France and Germany and the key members of the European Union to assist Biafra to become independent and viable. We will guarantee your offering, we will guarantee your economic interest in Biafra. We will not be a threat to you. You have just shown what you've done in Kosovo, when Kosovans have been allowed to break away from Serbia to become independent. And most of the European Union member states have supported the right of Kosovo to be independent. We also call on the European Union to support the independence and the quest by the Biafran people to be independent. We believe that we will provide Africa, the West African region, entire Africa, and the whole world, stability and peace, and cooperation among nations, both at the United Nations and other international bodies. Biafra will not be a threat to anyone, but rather will make sure that every human right is respected, whether you're a Muslim or whatever your faith might be, but no one should be killed based on his or her religion. And that's what we call the United Nations as well, to support Biafra independence. The United States, the European Union, and the United Nations to support and give credence to this aspiration of Biafran people for us to be independent. We also call on the Israelis, as our brothers and sisters, to support the independence of Biafra. And the Biafran people guarantee the right of the Israelis and the Jewish people's right to existence. No one should threaten the Israelis. Israel is a part of Biafra, and Biafra is a part of Israel. If anyone threatens Israel, you are threatening the Republic of Biafra. And that's why Biafra is opposed to Iran acquiring nuclear weapons, because we believe that that will be a threat to the existence of the Israelis. And we believe that if Iran is allowed to acquire nuclear weapons, it could fall into wrong hands, which might threaten the entire Middle East, because I believe that the Israelis will not steal idle and allow Iran to attack it using nuclear weapons. So we are called also on the IAEA to make sure that they can do everything possible to deny Iran the right to acquire nuclear weapons. Biafra opposes Iran acquisition of nuclear weapons. Also, we are also making it clear to Hezbollah in South Lebanon that your threat to Israel is also a threat to Biafra. We will not also sit idle to allow Hezbollah in South Lebanon to be threatening the existence of the people of Israel. Also Hamas, we also warn Hamas that its terrorist activity in Gaza Street is unacceptable to the Biafran people. And any attempt to attack the Israelis from whichever angle, either from Egypt or from Gaza itself, is also a threat to the Biafran people. And we warn Hamas that Biafra will fight you back if you persist with terrorist activities against Israelis. The people of Israel, Biafrans are your brothers and sisters. We love you, and we want you to be a partner for us and to support our independence. And very soon, we will send in 500 military trainees to Israel. And we believe that we can do that as one in order to defend the right of the Biafran people's right to existence. And we also support your own right to live. That's why we're opposing Iran acquiring nuclear weapons against the Israelis. And the international community, led by the United States, should make every possible effort to deny Iran the right to acquire nuclear weapons. If they want to acquire it peacefully, without threatening Israelis, that's a different matter. But because of the activities of the leadership in Iran about the existence of the Israelis, that's why the Republic of Biafra is opposed to Iran acquiring nuclear weapons. The international community today will see that Biafra is an international country, it's an independent country. And we call on the international community, wherever you are, to support the independence of Biafra. We are not a threat to anyone, but we have the right to defend ourselves if we are attacked. But the whole issue of this press conference is to tell the world that Biafrans will be sending 500 military trainees to Israel and to counter the northern move of sending their own military trainees to Jordan. This is only for defensive purpose. Biafra is not threatening anyone, but we have the right to defend ourselves if we are threatened. And that is the end of the press conference, and we believe that we have made a case for the international community to support us. May God bless the Israelis, and may God bless the Republic of Biafra, and may God bless the United States of America. Any question from the audience?
Sir, I'm Flavian Anyang. What is the Biafra government's response to the Nigerian government amnesty to Boko Haram, as suggested by the northern leadership?
Thank you. We know that Boko Haram is a terrorist group, and Nigeria is still trying to give them amnesty or no amnesty. The answer is in a nutshell is that Biafra is not interested in what happens between Nigeria and Boko Haram. Boko Haram is a Nigerian issue. Biafrans are only determined to see our independence. Boko Haram have been bombing and killing Christians, mainly Biafrans living in the northern Nigeria. And they've made it very clear that we should leave. And that's why I'm calling on all Biafrans that are in the northern Nigeria to start coming back home. We have ample land and opportunity here that can accommodate all of us. So to answer your question, my dear, is that the Biafran government, we are not interested about whether they can grant them amnesty or not. We are only purely interested that the Biafran independence is secure, so we can be able to defend ourselves here in our country.
Okay. Another question, sir. What is your plan to see Nigerian forces leave Biafra land?
Thank you. On February 20th, with the inauguration of the Biafran government, we gave the Nigerian government 2 weeks to remove all its military forces from Biafra. And from what we are seeing, they have not complied with that. As a result of that, on the 28th of March, we imposed sanction on Nigeria. And that is, Nigeria will pay in Biafra on a daily basis from 5th of March 2013, $5 million, $5 million US per day, including interest, from 5th of March until Nigerian forces have left the Republic of Biafra. I repeat, they haven't left, but we're imposing sanctions on them. And that sanction is, from 5th of March, Nigerian government will pay to Biafran people $5 million, including interest, from 5th of March, until we receive compliance from the Nigerian government. Thank you.
Sir, my name is Tony O. What is your message to international community?
Our message to the thank you. As I said at the beginning, our message to the international community is very simple. They should support Biafra independence as they have done in Southern Sudan. Biafrans were the forerunner of this agitation for independence, where Muslims and Christians cannot live together. We saw that in Sudan, they fought for 22 years, but they couldn't settle the dispute between them until the international community intervened in 2004, led by the United States. So, our appeal to the international community, led by the United States, is that they should recognize the independence of the Biafran people. We have made our declaration on 5th of November based on the legal mandate of May 10, 1967. That is what Biafra was established then. So our call, our appeal to the United Nations, to the international community, is that they should recognize Biafran independence. Because the Biafrans do not feel safe in Nigeria. We are being killed on a daily basis. Our schools and our hospitals, places of worship and churches are being bombed on a daily basis. And thousands of Biafrans, even millions, have lost their lives since the last 40 years. So we are calling on the international community to recognize the independence of Biafra, because we believe that since we are no longer safe in Nigeria, we have the right to be independent. So we call on the United States, the European Union, and the United Nations to support the independence of the Republic of Biafra, and they have done in South Sudan. And also a challenge to the European Union, and they have done with Kosovo, recognizing the independence of Kosovo. So we want them also to recognize Biafra independence, because it is our right to be independent, and the Kosovars have the right to be independent. So that's our message to them. They should recognize the independence of the Biafran people. Thank you, sir.
More questions, sir?
Yes.
What is your message to Biafrans living in Nigeria?
Thank you. Our message to Biafrans living in Nigeria is very simple. It's time to return home. You are not safe in Nigeria, anywhere in Nigeria, both Western Nigeria and Northern Nigeria. We want you to start thinking coming back home. Here in Biafra, we have ample land here to accommodate all of us. But above all, we want people to come back home so we can be able to build our country and feel safe in our own country. At the moment, we don't feel safe in Nigeria. Despite the fact that right across Nigeria is being built up and maintained by many Biafrans of the Igbos mainly. But we don't have security of life and property. So our message to them in the northern Nigeria especially, or both west and northern Nigeria, is that time has come for them to start coming back home. When they return home here, we're going to be safe to be able to build our country the way we want to build it. Also to lay a foundation for future generations. The daily killing and bombing of our people must stop, and our people should have the right to live peacefully. In a nutshell, our people should be starting coming back home, because here they can feel safe and secure in their own country. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is Igwe and France. I'm sorry that we didn't bring the flags of Gabon, Tanzania, Ivory Coast, Haiti, and Zambia. Nevertheless, he said that the main crunch power they are looking for now is the United States of America. Okay. When you are ready to come, I will start walking down. Are you ready? This is the Biafrans acknowledging the friendship between the Biafran people and the United States of America, and the Israelis and the French, and the entire international community, that Biafra will be a peaceful nation that will have a coexistence between our countries and our neighbors. You can see the United States flag. Zoom it to that side. That is to show our friendship with the United States of America. The United States, and go on the far right. You see the French flag here. This is for the Biafrans to acknowledge the assistance given to Biafra by the Republic of France. This is the French flag here. And you can also see the mighty flag of the Zionists, the Igwe. This is the Israeli flag, which we are very well pleased tonight. And that we are very proud of our Jewish heritage and support for Israel. And we tell Israelis that they are our brothers and our sisters. And we believe that our support for Israel is unique. And whoever supports Israel, God will bless him. And that's what the Biafran people support the Israelis. And we also say that whoever attacks the Israelis will also attack Biafra. And Biafra will respond. And in those countries that are allies and friends to Israel, we say that the Biafrans are also your friends. So whoever blesses Israelis, the Biafrans are prepared to work with you. But if you threaten the Israelis, Biafra will also not be in a position to tolerate it. Particularly those who want to acquire nuclear weapons, like Iran. We ask the international community to do all they can to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons, because a threat to Israel is also a threat to the Biafran people, and we shall respond. And these are Biafrans that are celebrating their independence. And we want the international community to recognize the independence of the Republic of Biafra. They have done in South Sudan.
Biafra. ibe mụ ndị papa ibe mụ ebe ka unu si Biafra ebe ka unu si Biafra gamarapụ Biafra gamebe ọzọ gabiri agamarapụ Biafra gamebe ọzọ gabiri Biafra ga-adị ndụ enyi o 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 enyi Biafra na Biafra enyi Biafra na Biafra enyi Biafra na Biafra enyi Biafra na Biafra chetakwa na gị yolosi chetakwa na Zionist chetakwa na Debelu chetakwa na Igwe ya enyi o enyi o enyi o enyi Biafra nwanne ntoga nye Biafra nwanne ntoga Biafra nwanne ntoga nye mere Japan Biafra nwanne ntoga anyị na ya na biko Biafra nwanne ntoga Chukwu anyị na ya na biko Biafra nwanne ntoga ọbọdọ na-ewe iwe ka anyị jekwa ha na Biafra na-abago maka timolo ka anyị jekwa ha na Biafra na-ewe iwe Awụsa na-ewe iwe ka anyị jekwa ha na Biafra na-abago maka timolo Yoruba na-aba mba ka anyị jekwa ha na Biafra na-abago maka timolo So likewise, there was many of us. So what we putara no maka ibu onu fasting and prayer because na speaker participate here. But na ebere mo onye ke Chineke bere. As na prayer of righteous available much, but the prayer of wicked can never excel. So na prayer ezo me na aga niru mana kwa me ha aga niru. Me Chineke abo Chineke ekwuru odi ekwe ka ajo mega kapere ma afọ ku iwe born. So for that, mom na maka ibu ona. So na ngare kwa ihe ko ji chike.
Dem elekwan ki history of ụbọchị nke tata.
Na ụbọchị taa dị mma.
So onkwara ihe me na gara na Igbo taa.
In fact, Chineke na ha azọpụta ndị na Biafra. N'ọnọdụ ọjọọ ha.
So asị unu kọwaa na unu cha niile ebinyela aka ka Biafra nwere onwe ya.
Aka ka Biafra nwere onwe ha.
Anyị na-ekwu bụ nke kịta ya dị ozugbo maka na anyị na-eche ya. And na anyị nwere olileanya dat na Chineke emeji ya wee nye anyị.
Ọ dị mma. Ọ nwayọọ. ọ dị mma daalụnụ
anyị dụrụ eje Biafra bịa anyị dụrụ capable to stand
ebe anyị na gị na-ekwutara anyị nwe adịgo redi wee bịawa ebe a ọ bụrụ na adịghị redi ga-ahụ anyị
anyị gara n'obodo Idu anyị ejego obodo Idu wee jee nata anyị enwetaghị ebe anyị na-achọ Chineke ga-enyere anyị nwere onwe
Nigeria baba
Lady Major, check him.
Hello, Nigeria, bye bye.
Adi manne, anochala no. Bye bye. According. Yes.
Onye so na iwu.
Ọ na-abụghị weekend.